Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Finally, senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a very irritating day for me. Today, I have done a lot. I went out for my normal walkies, but before I did that, Drive-Thru RPG has an app so that it can just load up all the PDFs and all the things that you bought and either show you the downloaded ones or show you what you have that you haven't downloaded. I went through to check that I had all of my Heroes of Qalanor stuff printed, and my brain, I printed like half of it, more than half. There are like 3 or 4 things. I think I finally got, well, I know, I finally double checked it and cross-correlated. I got all my Heroes of Qalanor stuff printed. Thumbs up for that. Now, when I said I did a lot of stuff, first I walked to the library. I want to mention this part because it's going to come up later. It's warm in November. There are clouds of insects everywhere. And when I go, especially on the path, there are gnats. They're always bouncing off of my eyelashes, and I'm having to blow them away from my mouth so that I'm not accidentally eating them. Bugs everywhere. So I went down, printed that stuff, and while I was downtown, I went to the city hall and I voted. The thing that irritates me, I went online to the official place for Washington State to register to make sure you're voted, where you can check your registration to make sure you're registered to vote. While I was making sure I was registered, I did the change your address thing. That was about a month ago. When I went in to vote, it wasn't changed. Why they bother giving you a change of address thing if they're not going to change your address, I don't know. But they had to do it right there. But then I got all my paperwork, went off to a little place they have for this, filled out my ballot, put it inside of all the envelopes, put it inside the drop box, and there we go. But I've done a lot of stuff today, and that one was hard because I had to go into a very tight area with a relatively large number of people. It went quickly. You know, there wasn't a ton of waiting, but there was still a lot of people. And it was rough just walking in there in the first place and then getting it all finished. It was difficult for my anxieties, but I got it done. And then I came back here. Remember when I said that there are lots of bugs because it's warm here in November? I have my AC unit on because I get too warm a lot. I'm wearing just a t-shirt like this. I can go outside at 65 degrees and I am almost too warm. So I have my AC unit on for when I come back. When I came back, because it's warm, and because my AC unit had not been placed in the window correctly by the person who put it in, so there were gaps all around it, there was a spray of dead gnats and other tiny bugs like that from my AC unit all across everything I had on the table, and then scattered down onto the floor, blown onto this chair that I have in front of my table here. That's a good 6 or 7 foot gap, and it was still blowing dead bugs onto here because of the poor job the guy did putting it in place. I have tried taping over the gaps. There were enough gaps that bugs could crawl in, and they did for whatever reason, and they all died in a spray of dead bugs. It was horrific. I have since that time just taped every single spot that I could see as a gap on my window. I have gotten stuff wedged underneath the AC unit where I can't get tape. I've got a towel wedged underneath there so that the bugs can't get through. During this time, I have put towels over my table. I still had about 10 bugs that made it through before I had it taped up. sprayed across those towels. They get cold and they die, thankfully. But good God. And the thing is, they're not in the room and dying over by there, because I can see. I got terrible vision, but I can see. I can see movement. I can see things when I get close. I can see my walls. I've never seen a single bug on them. And I can see bugs, except when there are none. The only place I've ever seen bugs here is over there. Because I don't have rotting garbage or stuff. I'm sloppy. I got stuff like this. I got, tea. I got these things here. I've got glue sticks, and stuff that I should have put away. But this doesn't attract bugs. This is safely in a plastic container. It doesn't attract bugs. This lotion bottle doesn't attract bugs. They're only right there. And ever since I taped it up and put that towel underneath it, I've gotten 10 in 2 hours. Getting rid of the scrabblers? The stragglers, that's the word, that haven't died because of that. But yeah, they're all over by the AC unit because they were coming in around it. I went outside and there were dead bugs on my windowsill outside. So yeah, with the tape, with the towel, it should be a lot better. They weren't here last year at this time, but then I did want to talk about this part. It has been over a year now since I first had become homeless. On October 1st of 2023 is when I lost, the home that I and 2 others had been renting. So it was just that. But being on disability, I have been economically priced out of housing. I make like $1,200 and change on disability, and when I lived in another house with some people before, rent was $1,300, and I had to pay that. They paid utilities and all that, but I paid for the rent. $1,300, and then it went up to $1,400. So if I try to live out on my own that way, I can't. This place, even though the rent is going up to $500 a month, that's only $500 in a month. I can live with that. And with my bills and things that I'm obligated to pay, it's become a lot more viable to be able to do that, to live and to pay my bills. So it's good to be able to live here. But November 16th, when this happens, that kind of breaking my voice there. November 16th, when that happens, I will have lived here for a year. And that's good. During which time, things have happened, and there's stuff about the place and the facility and the whole place here that I don't like. But that's going to be true of anything, wherever you go at any time. So the things that are bad, life is life, they're not terrible. There are things like the hard stone floor, things like that, the low flow for the shower and the sink. When I want that water to warm up, I literally have to turn on the hot water and then wait a minute and a half as all the cold water runs out of the pipes and the warm stuff comes in. That part's irritating. When I take a shower, I have to turn off the hot water after I wash my face and stuff so I can wash my body. Because it's a half-size water heater, if I have the water on for a full shower, it will be ice cold at the end. So those kind of things I'm not really thrilled about. But I got a roof, electricity, running water, bed, I got refrigeration, I got a microwave that is horrifically unclean. I do need to clean that. But otherwise, yeah, I really do like living here. I think it's nice. It's good. And I have been happy with the people and as in other people that are living here and the people that work here. So, thumbs up for that. A very good thing. But largely, I just wanted to vent about it's absolutely insane the number of bugs that crawled in and died today. So that's good that they're dead. And I'm going to keep the AC unit on to keep killing what few are left in here. I haven't seen anything on the walls. I don't have anything flying through my vision. So they're all in that area near the AC unit. So hopefully they'll finish kicking off, because I am so over bugs. But then, that's only going to get worse every single year as winter gets more and more just like autumn and doesn't freeze. Global climate change for the win. Past that, still just surviving. I have had difficulty sleeping still. As always, it's hard to get to sleep. It's hard to stay asleep, and I wake up early because I hurt so much. So I never sleep much, and I am tired all the time. But I'm doing the best I can. Have not been able to play too much stuff here. Reached a very irritating point in Oblivion, but thankfully I saved because I had a feeling. Even though I have a mod for Oblivion that makes it so each one of your... Every time you use a skill or ability, when you level up, you can put points into it. Each one of those is maxed out so that each time you choose something, you get 5. 5 points added to it. Not 1, not 3, 5 for each one, no matter what, to try and help out the leveling. So I have been trying my best to put them in the best places. I use destruction magic. I cast fireballs a lot, and then when that doesn't take them out, because generally it doesn't, I'm also good at whack, 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 smacking things with sticks. By sticks, I mean swords. There is one mission quest where you have to go into a person's dreams and then save them from their dreams. Once you start, you can't stop. I have leveled up enough that when I went in there with, you have no magic and you only have weapons and armor that they give you. I had 2 Minotaur Lords, both of them with Dreamer weapons. And not only that, they had magic. I had a sword. When I smacked on them, they barely got hurt. When they smacked me, my health bar went chunk, chunk, chunk. Now, you'd think, hey, whittle them down. That'd be nice. Except when I went smack, 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 and then jumped back, they healed. So there was no way to stop them. I could run up in front of them and smack them, and then die. Or I could run up, smack them, back off, then they heal. I reloaded because otherwise it was stop playing Oblivion because I'm pissed off. So yay on that. I have also been playing a lot of other things, as well as lots of Kingsfield, been playing Shining Force as well as Shining in the Darkness. Now these are Sega Genesis games. Shining in the Darkness is a first-person dungeon crawler, and the Shining Force 1, 2, 3 are all the tactical RPGs where you are fighting battles with each individual person having to choose and do things. Both of them good. Problem, of course, when I say both, I mean Shining Forth, the series, and Shining in the Darkness, is, yeah, they're fun, but they're old. So old. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being old. But I'd kind of like to be able to talk with people about these things and have people know what I'm talking about. At least when I post pictures of Kingsfield, I have people going, ah, Kingsfield 2, good choice. things like that. So it's nice that there are other people out there that are aficionados. But once you're starting to get into really obscure games like Warriors of the Eternal Sun, a Dungeons and Dragons adventure for the Sega Genesis. Who knows about that one except for people that had a Sega Genesis and the game? But again, I can English, I promise you. It is more obscure. Still though, speaking of obscure, as I showed you earlier today, that I printed more of this, I do plan on running this for the channel. I'm going to go up and get some poker chips today because I don't have anything to use as characters. There is one thing that's expensive, like 30 bucks. But you get sheets of plastic figures. So that there's about 66 plastic figures that you punch out of their various holders, put them onto their base, and they're nicely printed onto the plastic so they look like a figure, but it's a two-dimensional plastic piece with a picture on it. That might be a good thing instead of just poker chips. But a pack of poker chips is like $9 or so. And a pack of these 66 clear plastic standee figs is like 25 bucks. You're getting a lot for your money. Because that's like 66 for 25 bucks. That's like what? 50 cents each or so? That's not even. I don't even know, but it's comparatively not expensive, but all in one jump, yeah, it's a handful. But it's a possibility, and I might think about that one. But until then, what I'm going to be doing is, oh my gosh, that got all tore up on the bed, is I just plan on running some of this really soon. And when I say really soon, I mean I want to record it tonight, tomorrow, something like that, very soon for the channel. So here's the hoping. Past that, I have also been thinking of various things, and if you have watched this far, thank you so much. You are very beautiful and awesome people. And if you could write standard sheet into the comments to let me and the YouTube algorithm know that people actually do watch these, that would be very cool. Thank you so very much. You are beautiful and awesome. I have been thinking on the whole solo RPG front. I'm going to talk about this part because I can't remember the other things that I've been working on, but funerary services for the people that live on Karthkog, the one continent where the metaphysical land is still alive and you have to live according to the precepts of the land. And that's easy. It's, you treat the land well, the land treats you well. So, I mean, which is true. It's like you don't overforage, you don't overhunt, you don't overfish. You travel so that you're not just being a burden on any one area for too long. You're treating the land well, and the land will treat you well by not being overhunted or overfished, so that the things grow back and you can come back on rotation through and everything is recovered so that you can hunt and fish and forage. Just don't overdo it, and you can keep going on. You're treating the land well, the land is treating you well. But you treat the land poorly, and the land will treat you poorly, both metaphysically and physically. But because giving back to the land, there are the Apani, the Habani, and the Orkani. The Orkani practice forest burials, and the youngest adults of a particular tribe is in charge of this, where when somebody of the tribe dies for a forest burial, the people that are going to go off and do this take the body and a whole bunch of instruments, because you dismember the body. You separate all joints, you cut off the arms and the legs and the head, and then the major joints. You can even separate through fingers to make it easier for the forest animals to devour the corpse. And they take the body apart like this in that area, And then everyone moves a distance, because no one wants to be around when creatures are like devouring like meat. So that's an Orkani funerary service, because the Orkani keep with their tribal traditions and that they have been doing for several thousands of years. Now the Apani, they're more of a farming type. There is a section set off for each farming community, where after a member of the farming community has died, which a farming community is up to about 100 families, each with their own farmland and farm, but there's a section of that set up where when they take your body, they bury the body, and they take a sapling to grow above and use the body for nourishment. Give back to the land. Now, how did the Halbani do it? I'm not quite sure yet, since they're right in the middle. They think the Orkani funerary services, cutting the body up and all that's a bit much. You know, that's a bit much. But on the other hand, just pitching the body into the ground and planting a tree over it, that's also kind of not enough. So they're kind of in the middle there. I've left it to my subconscious, because it's my subconscious that's been doing all this. I just give it a push. It goes where it needs to. I follow along behind it and interpret the results. But anyway, it is really, really late. So if you could check out my description, I have links to a GoFundMe where I'm about $300 away from my $1,500 limit. Some people have, I can English, I promise. Some people have donated quite a bit. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to be capping this off and closing it out very soon, but if you could give me a hand, that would be very, very cool. Thumbs up and thank you. Links are down below. If you do not wish to or do not feel or anything like that about donations, then please do not. I'm not grifting. I'm not trying to do anything but buy a computer. So thumbs up if you could check that out. And if you're a Patreon patron, thumbs up and thank you. You are beautiful and awesome people. You take me from a badly hurting monkey to only a hurting monkey. Oh my gosh, is that appreciated so very much. I have been a badly hurting monkey for 10 years. And then here, I've just been a hurting monkey with your help. Thumbs up. You are beautiful and awesome, no matter what you may feel or what other people tell you. When you look in the mirror, you're looking at someone who is beautiful and awesome, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And if you have left me a comment, thumbs up and thank you. That too is greatly appreciated. I read every comment that YouTube shows me. I thumbs up or heart as many as YouTube will allow, and I answer as many as I can with my nerve compression. The bone in my shoulders and my neck is growing around and pinching the nerves that go to my arms. So I can move around like this, but holding my arm out extended like this to type, oh boy, that even hurts doing it now. So I do what I can. Thumbs up, thank you. Oh, holy smokes. Yeah, it's about 25 minutes, so I'm going to hold this up in the air again because I think it's good. And I think people should look into it. Drive-Through RPG is where I bought it, and you should check that out. So, thumbs up. Anyway, though, I'm going to get done the things that I need to get done. Edit, render, upload. And then afterward, I'm going to do what I have to do to just survive, which is also good. I got bills I got to pay, so I need to pay those. So it's not all fun and games. But hey, it's never fun and games for absolutely everyone, is it? Hopefully you can get done the things that you would like to get done. If you cannot, please do not beat yourself up. It does not help. Be good to yourself. You deserve it. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very, very good thing, he said, moving around on his floor. What else are you going to move around on? What I meant was scooting around in my chair. I can English. I promise you. It doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it even to me. But there you go. So, yeah, once again, words of wisdom have I none, but words of foolishness have I many. I imagine that's been said by many bards and such through the years, but that doesn't mean it ain't true.